Here in this country that has no idea what they've signed up for. And you see where this leads time and time again. Now no one learns about that conspiracy that we talked about, right? The Federal Reserve. And they don't tell you in school the what was the largest cause of death in the 20th century. It was actually genocide, death by government. They don't tell you that. And that most of those deaths came from socialist communist governments. Just some of the facts that they leave out in the history lessons that they teach us here in America while they teach our kids to go woke, while they tell us to accept being broke, while they tell us crickets got good protein. You don't need a gas stove. In fact, a gas stove's bad for you. Drilling a well on your land, you're not allowed to do that. You can't get natural water from your land. No, no, you can't. You're not supposed to be gardening, right? You're supposed to go to the supermarket. You're supposed to continue living within their system. And, you don't even need to work anymore. You just sign up for the handouts. You just accept the CBDCs, accept the program that they have waiting for us. The program that they have waiting for us, that they're talking about in Davos, right, for everyone to see, right? Like, like we continue to say, good luck, God bless to them. Our country's broke. But regardless of whatever the hell you're doing, we are not going to participate in that deal. Thank.
That's right. Or are you? Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's get it. Yeah, are you ready? But like my man Zach was saying in Zach Reactor, shout outs to him. He keeps pushing it, keeps bringing it, bringing that truth out and bringing what the people need to know. Now, he has spoken in a lot of his videos. He doesn't consider himself a fudster, and I don't. I'm a hopester, and I think he's a hopester too. We have to bring a balance, and with all the, stuff that's going on in the plans, all part of the plans, all right, that have been done. You need to know where you stand. You need to know your position. You need to know what position you take. You need to know what side you're on. But there's a balance. You're going to take what you need, but you're going to leave off and funnel out, filter out, better to say, the bad stuff. Okay? Yeah, the water might get infected by, microorganisms and things that are bad for you to drink and to consume. But if you have filters, you filter out the bad. So we know CBDCs, we know the powers that be who are creating this, we know the Federal Reserve, we know all their plans, we know everything, right? What we should do, we should be knowing, we should be aware, right? This is the true woke, not the woke that these other people are trying to put on our children. It's just perversions that have been put on our society that is being allowed to be something of norm, okay, that should be staying in where it's supposed to stay. But I'm not going to get into that. We have issues with this type of, community, and we don't want to bring that issue towards my growth. So we know what it is. So anyway, we try to be on a more, tolerant basis, as we can say, right? So anyway, not to say that I accept it, but tolerating, meaning it is what it is. What are you going to do? Anyway, but he, to get in the point here, I want to bring more more hopeful news. But besides that, we have to know that there's powers that be. There's things that have been against all people, not just Americans, as he's speaking on, but all people throughout the world that have to put themselves in a better position, so that they won't be infected by it. It's going to happen. There's nothing we can do. These plans are all pretty much set up, and these things are going to happen. And I say inshallah because I'm Muslim, meaning that is by Allah's will first, by God's will first, Creator's will first. Of course, any of these things that happen, good or bad, this is my belief. I got to stick to that. I'm sorry. I know some of you are not religious, non-religious, whatever, but don't forget to subscribe. Anyway, you know what I mean? So, but basically, I definitely know where he's coming from. And he's coming from the place that we need to all, don't forget to subscribe. You see, I pushed that up. I'm sorry, I didn't get it to you before. But it doesn't cost any money. Subscribe, stay with me, and get into what I'm going to get into. But like I said, we got a lot to go on. We have a lot of things that have come that are good, like Brad's Garland House said, and I said in the video before this one, that it's things it's cross fertilization, but fertilization is for the better of the vegetation, of that growth, of that crops to be wonderful. And as we know, like XRP, it's like the phoenix in that symbolic way of saying it. I don't believe in all that, mysticism and stuff like that, but that out of that dying being or person or whoever it was who was the phoenix before it became the phoenix, it comes out as a reborn or beautiful thing and powerful thing. All right, so XRP we consider that, yeah, it's lost. It has taken a lot of loss, and the holders and the investors and so forth and retail investors have taken a lot of losses, right? But there's a lot more to come that will be in the future, hopefully, inshallah, God willing, that there will be a lot of greatness coming out of it. There will be a lot of good. There will be a lot of blessings, as in other words to say, right? And when I say blessings on a more monetary basis, money, not blessings in a religious sense. Okay, so, but anyway, and that at the same year, because everything that's good is of a blessing from the Creator. So we'll take it like that. So anyway, what I want to get into first is, that's not it. Where we at? Okay. No, that's not it. Here. Okay. So this is, I'm digging deep, and I shout out to Red Pill Professional. Seems like a cool guy. Subscribe to his channel. I've subscribed myself, and I'm one person. I'm always, who I shout out, and especially if they subscribe to me, I will subscribe to you back, because I want to make that connection. It's called networking. If you into me, there's a reason why, because you want to know what I'm talking about, and I want to know what got you into me. You might be into something that I'm into, so we want to connect, and that's a good way to do it too, with subscribing. You don't always have to listen to the person you subscribe to all the time. If it's not of a great interest, maybe you came upon, like I came upon him, and I listened to him, and I took what I wanted to even add to my video, and which we all do. This is nothing wrong with that, as long as you give respects due to the person, give the flowers, like my man T says, give shout outs to them. And acknowledgement of that they were the first ones who might have came up with this content. And so I'm going to be shouting out to him again, for thanking him for bringing this content out. And there was someone before, and if this is something that's been, which I think he was talking about, it's kind of a little bit older than what it is now today, 2023. But some of the knowledge there on this document, on this PDF, has some information now that's relevant to now, to this times, 2023, and has been the process of building up. Is a path to getting to that. As it says, blockchain-based digital currency flow, right? But let me get into it. Hold on, I gotta get this right. Set this up for you. Hold on for a second. Which one was it again that I hit? Okay, let me see. I'm sorry. Sorry, guys. Gotta get it to where I can get with you to give you where I wanted to get to. All right, so let's see. Let's go to the top and take a look at the actual document. Okay, the title of the document. Okay, so here it says Harvard FinTech Online Short Course by Dr. Jayesh Mata, who is a MBA, right? The Road to U.S. Digital Dollar, an integrated cross-border payment solution. Wow. Isn't that all part of the plan? Okay, so it's something that Harvard took their dive into, right? And they're bringing this stuff to you, so or to their students, right? And let's take a look at some of what has been going on and what they were talking about. Okay, look at the content, the agenda, right? The agenda. We'll try to read some more. Introduction, a problem statement and proposed solution, background and cross-border transfer technology, fundamentals difference between fiat and digital transactions, the current cross-border transfer infrastructures, propose. So when things are proposed, these are things that are going to be put into motion. These are things that are going to be put into effect. This is part of planning, okay? All part of the plan. Digital dollar evolution and why digital dollar, right? Digital dollar, CBDC, right? Or a stable coin. Salient features of a digital dollar, right? What is blockchain? Of course, they asking questions about blockchain. Basics of XLM and XRP blockchains. Why do they use those two? That's definitely a very, very good question, right? So most of us might know, whoever has come upon this. I think even he pulled it up on Twitter, Red Pill Professional, and shout outs to ISO Goat, because I saw and remember when I looked at his video, he had this guy, Red Pill Professional, had a tweet of the ISO Goat. I don't know if he gave ISO Goat any props, or he gave him his props, or gave him his recognition, but I'm giving it. So shout out to ISO Goats. That's me. Y'all gonna always know that about me. Nobody can say, oh, he's all about himself. He's arrogant, and all that other type of stuff. No, I don't have that position. That's not my character. So you'll know in my character that I'm a giving person. I do give respects due to people who are respectful as well. If you're disrespectful, I'm gonna check you too. Know that, because I don't fear nobody on this earth. I only fear the one who created it and above it. So that's it. So anyway, let's get into more of what they're saying though. Hold on, real quick. Where we at? Where we at? Let's move it up. Come on, guy. Sometimes they get faulty, when you try and that's the wrong one. Okay, here we go. And I want to show you. This is what I wanted to show you. Is a blockchain-based digital currency flow path. And this is the diagram. This is a very major diagram. A simple blockchain-based cross-border digital, let me see here. Yeah. A simple blockchain-based cross-border digital currency transaction using XRP and XLM, right? So you see here, you see all of the diagram as much as you can see. My bag. Let me see if I can blow it up for you and let you see it a little better. Hold on. Okay, let me see. Oh, it went too far up. Right. So as you see said note, serial number, and denomination, and it passes from. And you see this icon looks like a bank, and it passes over to some more icons, banking, like bank icon, looking like type of situation you might see when you see other white papers or other patents and so forth, right? Of blueprint, pretty much like a blueprint, the diagram as this to show you what's going on. Then you see as it deploy controls, it goes through and it's crossing over, and it's arrows showing how it crosses over, and then you have another area, architect transaction project. And if you notice, that looks like a Mason symbol right there in that box on the right side, with the four cylinders around it in a cube, right? So I don't know what that means, but you can take it the way you want to take it. All part of the plan. So just know that. So basically, I just wanted to touch that. I do my due diligence as well. Yeah, crypto b-boy is not just a b-boy. Yo, man, you know what I'm saying? Me on the block and stuff. No, I'm a person that has had some educational background as well. Not gonna get into any details. Where I studied, where I did, and what type of credentials I have doesn't matter. I'm not putting myself on the pedestal on stage. I'm not on stage. I'm just trying to give you some awareness of what's going on, just like the rest of us cryptocurrency enthusiasts and content creators that have been trying to make you aware, like T himself. He doesn't prop up his credentials. He doesn't throw that out there. He don't throw, all that stuff. He's trying to just make you aware. And I'm the same person like that on that same end, same kind of way of bringing this information to some of you. So I do my due diligence. I just have to take time to do it. And as I said, the more that I will be able to get subscriptions and the more that I will be able to get my channel up to the level where I can monetize, I give more time in and go in just like the rest of them do. Because it's not hard. It doesn't take a rock science to find this information. Of course, you have to have comprehension of it. And alhamdulillah, I mean, that means all praises due to the Creator for my knowledge that I've obtained and been able to, translate that enough into me being able to comprehend what I'm reading, right? So I can translate it for you or break it down for some of you in a way that you can understand. And that's another thing. I don't try to go over people's head. Like, I don't try to use too much high technical jargon because of the reasons that not everybody's on that level, you know. And there's people who are on that level. So that's where you can go in your playlist, you subscribe to those types of guys that speak like that, like my man Quincy Jones. And there's nothing wrong. That jargon is good if it in its place. But everybody can't get with it. Everybody can't comprehend. Everybody doesn't know how to. Everybody's minds are different, and it doesn't mean it makes you stupid or you have a low IQ. I don't believe in that foolishness. I don't believe in that social sciences uh, influences, and people have taken it and utilized it to downgrade people's mental abilities. No, I don't get into that stuff. No, you're not here, and you're not gonna be on my channel, knowing me as a person who discriminates against people. Everybody has different levels of thinking. Okay, so and I also advise to some of us content creators, be careful and do not do that to people. Do not make people think because they don't know that techie talk on this and like this level that like takes them out of the fold of being able to have some sort of knowledge and how to articulate what they know about that knowledge, because everybody's minds are different, or that they can benefit from it, that they can't benefit from it. You know what I mean? Be careful with that, because you say, oh, they don't do their own due diligence and they go and they don't read. But sometimes they might go and try to do their own due diligence, but then they find stuff that they can't understand because they're not able to comprehend that type of knowledge that is on that document or on those PDFs or on the white paper. Sometimes we have to bring ourselves a little low or try to learn how to deal with the people and give them what they understand on the levels that they are. And I learned that from my faith. So you can know. Okay. All right. So anyway, let me go back and close this out. Hold on for a second. Okay. And where are we at? We're at 18 in. So now I'm going to bring up the other document. Where is it at? Hold on for a second. This is the other document. And this is a document just like, again, from Harvard, right? From Harvard. Okay, hold on for a second because it seems to be not coming up right now. Hold on. All right, there we go. So this document, as it says, is a case study from Harvard. Digital currencies. Now, it was in June 2000. If I can say, let me see. Blow it up a little bit. Oh, okay, hold on. See if I can blow it up. Okay, hold on. Here's this at. I was in the right place. So we'll blow it up and see how much. Okay, let's move it over. Okay, this document was in 2020, June 2020 when it was put out. And it is it was to the Deputy Director, Federal Reserve Bank Operations and Payment Systems, from Director, Federal Reserve Bank Operations and Payment Systems. So it's, going back and forth between the Deputy Director and the director, right? So February 2020, as it says, and it is Fed issued digital currency. So they're talking about digital currencies being put out there on their um, on their monetary system, right? Into their monetary system operations, right? The reserve banks. Technology firms have, and let's read a little bit of it. Technology firms have sparked the digital transformation of payments, introducing innovative technology, right? Okay, so innovative technology that may lower. Let me bring this down so I can try to get it all in there. May lower. So hold on for a second, because I think I'm having a vision problem here. Let me put my glasses on, these old eyes. So anyway, what it's saying again. Okay, let's get it. That may lower the cost of transactions. So that's one of the benefits, one of what we're the conveniences of blockchain technology, uh, DLT, digital letter. Excuse me, I'm having a tongue twister right now. Digital ledger technology, right? Okay, so we're having to deal with that, or distributive ledger technology, better to say. Okay, so it says, and they may lower the cost of transactions, but also expose consumers to new risk. In an effort to ensure sovereign currencies remain at the center of each nation's financial system, an increasing number of central banks are engaged in some type of work relating to central bank digital currencies. So this was their push. This is what they were doing to try to, you know, keep the power in their hands, keep the traditional system, the monetary system under their control. And this is what they had to do. So they came up with, trying to find ways and come together and make their plans, all part of the plan. That's the point of saying, okay? And like I said again, all part of the plan. Once you know the plan, you know how to maneuver yourself, or you are able to try to think about how to maneuver yourself to go find the resources, do your own due diligence to find how you're going to get yourself out of the bind that you feel you're in because of these people's plans. Okay, so these are the things that we've been putting out there for the longest now. T, all these different types of people, Zach Reactor, Lulu, the capital, Black Swan capitalist. I can go on. Even Quincy Jones talking about he speaks more, and he's more into the lines of the tech, but knowing to give you knowledge of these are the areas that you should be going into. We should be dealing with what is use case, what has the use case more than the price movement, more than you get into a project and it's a pump and dump, or you get into you keep your money on exchange and you lose all your money like FTX. No, you should be in the right place. You should know the plan, know the paths that these people are taking, know where they're going, know where the money is going. You understand? And this is what I'm talking about, what we've been talking about. So let me go and push down a little bit and we'll finish up as much as we can. I'll try to get a little more. Look at the background. Look at the background of these guys. The role, and this is the central bank. And your man, Zach Reactor, got into a bit of it. And, a lot of these guys, shout outs to them, all the content creators that get into it, because some of them are too, low key, and they stay away. They try to stay away because they don't. They might have a sense of I guess their caution, and not to be where they're going to be put on a position where they'll be attacked by these powers that be, right? So, but for us, we don't fear. Like people like myself and then Zach Reactor, I don't fear because I put my trust in the higher being, and whatever the higher being is going to allow to happen, it's going to happen, whether it's bad or good. So if they're going to come after me, or they're going to try to get me, I'm not doing anything. All I'm doing is talking, putting things out. You can ban my talk if you want. That's what YouTube can do. That's what YouTube has been known to do. Or You can say, okay, well, as long as the people don't come and protest and come against us and rebel, then we're all good. They can talk what they want to talk. So, that's how I put myself in the position. I'm saying like, yo, stop fearing. Don't worry. Just do what you got to do. Put the word out because you want to make people aware. And I don't believe in rebellion. So those people who are into that, y'all stay over there with that and going up there and protesting and throwing, Molotov cocktail bombs and burning cars and all that craziness. No, that's not going to make a change. You have to go into this following behind them, build your financial structure up, and get yourself established autonomous communities or autonomous organizations and build within wherever your community is to continue to function autonomously outside of the norm and mainframe of the matrix. You understand? And or you move to another state. I mean, another country, and that is more, open and allow people to have a little more freedom to build their infrastructure for their community, and not worry about being oppressed by the government or the organizations that tell the governments what to do, if you know what I mean. So the Federal Reserve System, as far as monetary is concerned and money, the Federal Reserve System forms the central bank of the United States. The Federal Reserve System features a central governing board, a central operations structure, and a 12 Federal Reserve banks. And these are all has been known. This is out there. So, I don't want to get too much deep into that. I mean, this is the role of the central bank. So you should know this, okay? This is what you should know because they are one of the main entities that constitute the plans that and all a part of the plan and in part in taking to create these plans. Okay, let's go and get into this right here a little bit. I'm trying to get it to pull it down. What is it? Foundations of money. Well, I don't have much time to go into, but this is some of the stuff that you get into the thick of it, and do your own due diligence for this document, and you can read it yourself and really get into it because I can go on with the video. I don't want to be too long-winded. I already passed 20 minutes. So, but Harvard Law School, the case study, look it up, Google it, and you may be able to pull it up. I forgot where I pulled it up from, but I just came across it as I was dealing with the same a Harvard documentation, a PDF file that was for this guy, Red Pill Professional. And it's just a knowledge acknowledging that those things are going on, but we are in the proper place. We're in the proper place. We're in the right time. We're early, some of us, and we got to keep understanding that, keep that mentality fresh, refreshing in your mind. Don't worry about the FUD. And that's like even Warren Buffett. He's a big time investor, tycoon investor, $1 billion tycoon investor, right? He would say in some of his talks, and he usually repeats it, don't, and I'm paraphrasing, follow where the money goes. Don't follow and listen to what the people say. Follow where the money goes. JP Morgan, that fool, Jamie, well, he's not a fool. He's a smart guy, but he's a trickster. Let's say it, let's use that. He's a big time trickster. He's part of the same tricksters of them all and the Fudsters, they all together. Okay. And to try to get people to think that, oh, cryptocurrency, even that guy Kramer, he's one of them. At one point, the guy from Bill, I can't remember his name. He used to be one of the sharks. He used to do that too, and he was doing that. You even had Charles DiCaprio, or whatever his name is. He later on started becoming like a Fudster and had a head-to-head thing with the XRP army and XRP communities that had said certain things in their tweets or whatever against him. Charles, I can't remember his name, but he's one of the guys to speak for the Fox News or so forth, right? So anyway, he's one of the commentators and he's been following a lot with the cryptocurrency space and so forth. But these guys, Fudsters, we gotta we gotta build up the hopesters against them, and knowing is half the battle, if not more. G.I. Joe, he's an American hero. Let me stop. But we got to be those heroes. We got to come to against these people and counterattack or counteract against their fudster stuff. My man T came back to doing videos for that reason, as he mentioned that he had to speak with Kurt and so forth, and they felt that they had to come back, and then you have Crypto Lulu and so forth, and all these guys that do bring some things that can be considered FUD, but they try to bring clarification that is just that to let you know that's there and this is being done, but this is how we're going to do it, and this is how we need to do it, and this is the way you move, and this is why they built up their their channels with more and more, and he went full time. Crypto Lulu went full time on it, and I'm trying to do the same. But he was able to quit his job, because he had support from the community to put him there so that he can continue to bring more and go into the rabbit holes and all this type of stuff. Like even Linda did in her videos, and then you have the new person that I can't remember her name. Man, I'm just losing. But anyway, the point is taken. I'm hoping your point is taken that we got to stay put. We got to stay on point. We got to stay focused, and not get, shut out like XRP Veil. And, what he said, I don't agree. I have to state it, respects due to that he knows what he knows. And everybody's not all knowledgeable about everything. And you may be wrong sometimes. But for me, I don't agree with him in saying that if you only have 1,000, you need 50,000 to be able to get somewhere. There's no clarity in this what he was bringing with Binance. Okay, and you need to bring me some due diligence works of studied and research to tell me that you have to have $50,000 worth 50,000 XRP in order to be accepted to use to be able to transact with your XRP when it comes time to cash out what you're going to cash out to take profits, what you're going to profit from, and be able to use your wealth and transact into purchases and so forth for what you need to do, paying for a house or whatever you're going to be doing with your money when you reach that level. But that doesn't still say, no, you're not going to be a person who has this wealth. So maybe he might have not been stating that, and he might have left that out. Not saying that he was wrong, but I don't agree with that. If he left that part out on how to explain what's going to happen if you only have 1,000, well, or you're under 50,000, that you won't be able to use your money. That's good. That has to be clear. That has to be a little more clear to me. You're not going to be able to use your money, or are you going to be able to still use your money, but you will not be able to offboard it into fiat money? And who cares? Because by that time, maybe CBDC thing be going on, the ISO thing launch off in March, right? 2023. This is the year, right? So what's going to be taking place then? We don't know. No one knows the full what's going to happen. Okay, so let's not just go on speculation, people. Let's look into it. Let's do our own due diligence and find out for ourselves. Don't get all sad and scared and, oh, what am I going to do? No. Find out clearly what that means, that what he was saying, and anybody who's doing and following as what XRP Veil is saying. I'm not trying to go against him or anything. Some things I don't agree with him. Some things some other people might not agree with him. So, but it's okay. We all can agree and still work together, and we can disagree and still work together. We just push it forth because we all part of the XRP community, and we're not going to go against each other in a negative manner. I'm just saying, hey, let's do our own due diligence and look into this a little more. And that's all I'm going to say. All right. So thank you very much for listening. I'm finishing up. I apologize. Don't forget to subscribe, to your bro, and click the like button. Share the video out so people can get it as well. And until next time, I'm out. Peace.